Now, like 0 to 6 months, we are talking about a child who is supposed to be breastfeeding exclusively without being given anything else. Why exclusive? Because the breast milk is able to provide everything the baby requires for that particular time. Looking at the baby's body scientifically, it's because the baby's enzymes are not yet ready to digest any other food other than the mother's breast milk. The breast milk contains all the nutrients, bodybuilding nutrients, energy-giving, fats for the baby's growth. They are provided by the breast milk.
The main components of feeding children under 3 years are that you have to look at their diet, and in that diet you have to look whether their diets are balanced in terms of the child care centers. You look at the healthiness of the snacks the parents give. You have also to consider the feeding practices that are not suitable for children under 3 years. For example, you have to look at not providing children with the foods that are high in sugar and fats, and also health practice like for children below 12 months, they should not be provided with cow's milk. And a good diet will compose of providing food like in the main meals, that is meat alternatives, milk and milk products, and then we have fruits and vegetables, and then we have grains and cereals. And in that also you have to look at the main micronutrients that children need in order to grow and develop. For example, iron, iodine, calcium, and in that you have to consider that their meals provide enough micronutrients for their growth and development.
The other mistake that happens is parents tend to force the children. Looking at the food, most of the time it's not palatable. They just boil and give. Like, for example, porridge, they just mix water and flour and give. And in daycare centers, when we are doing, let's say, supervision or just monitoring, what happens is that we work with a MWACTEP. It's a simple tool that is used to assess the children. Once we look at the child and we suspect there's something, then we confirm by taking the middle upper arm circumference. If the child falls in a certain category which needs intervention, we link up with the community health workers. So we call the community health workers, give the details, and also talk to the caregiver in the daycare center to ensure that this child is linked up to the facility and it's put on management. The second problem is they tend to overfeed the baby, which leads to a lot of obesity in Kenya. So we are saying a child who is starting to eat, the stomach is still very small.
A feeding program is well implemented, parents can really support it, and the center can get an extra income from those feeding programs, because now providing a good menu means that the parents may be willing to even chip in terms of providing, adding the fees. And also you can find that if you have a good meal pattern or a good menu, also the children benefit in terms, the children become healthy and develop in terms of cognitive, physical, social and emotional development. And also you have, you can also consider the children's brain development. Especially because it is important in these 1,000 days. Having feeding programs at the daycares help in retention, enrollment and attendance of the children at those specific daycares.
During a feeding time, that's the time you can interact with the child, play with the child, talk with the child and sing with the child. And that's the time you can know this child is growing or not growing.
Now, when you establish a feeding program, now you come to designing the diet. First of all, you collect what they usually feed the children, and then you do analysis of the diet to find out if the diet is providing the right nutrients for the children. And then from that, you can make adjustments. So in menu planning, we have the menu planning template. They can write their menus and design their own menus. And you find that also we provide with menu costing template. A menu costing template will show the center caregivers on how much they use on food, maybe in a weekly basis and in a monthly basis.
Challenge yenye nimekuwa nayo tu ni kuconvince wazazi ya kwamba I want to start a food program. Sasa walikuwa like, watakula nini? But when I introduced my timetable, your menu timetable, walikuwa comfortable and they are doing good.
When you talk about the program, is first of all is understanding the nutritional needs of this child. Are they being met or not? The quality, quantity and variety should meet the growing needs of this particular child. If they are not done at that particular time, then we miss out on the potential growth of this particular child.
Kwa majina naitwa Francisca Atieno Owino. Mimi naishi Kisumu Ndogo, ni mkaaji wa hapa Kibira. Okay, nilivolunteer kuwafanyia hii kazi juu walikuwa wameweka menu yao ilikuwa inasoma mambo na chapati, lakini hawakuwa wamepata mtu wa kuwatengenezea chapati hasa, na nikavolunteer ili niwasaidie kufanya hii kazi. Lakini malipo nayo hakuna.
We have not given up. We are still having parenting sessions and encouraging them that it's important, especially for 6 months to around 2 years, it's important to give the best. So that by 24 months, the child will have very minimal issues when it comes to feeding and also growth and development.